You need to get one of those frost shields for your vehicle.
Are you talking about like the little, almost kind of like blanket things that people put on like the windshields?
Yeah, they're great. I love them.
I've got nothing against it. I literally have nothing to say negative against it. I just don't have one. All right, so
listeners, send one to Stephan Watson.
Please don't do that. Please don't do that. Like I will buy one myself. Okay, I didn't see that was a cat for a second. For some reason, my brain went like, "Why is he putting on hand sanitizer like in full view?"
Have you never put on hand sanitizer?
It was lotion. Okay, I'm preparing for later.
Okay, hey, look,
yeah, that's what he's got on the other monitor.
3 single guys on this episode right now, no judgment. With which saying that, welcome to episode 218 of the Crack Brain Podcast.
Yo.
Yeah. So I am your host, Stephan. Joining me today, in my screen, we'll go bottom to top because that's fucking awesome that way. He's wearing the same kitty cat headphones that we love so much, and guaranteed there's nudity on that back shelf somewhere. That's Tyler.
Yeah, if you look really closely right over here, if you zoom in, you will see some titties.
So Tyler's a bottom.
Tyler's a bottom over on my screen right now. So Tyler's a bottom.
It is what it is.
If Tyler's a bottom, that would also mean that the great pictorial wonder that is a top, that would be Brandon right there.
Honestly, I don't really understand what being the bottom or being the top means.
Do you understand being a pitcher and a catcher?
A receiver and giver. Or, yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
But a pitcher and a catcher, yeah. One's giving, one's receiving.
Yeah, and okay, fucking hell.
But that's the same thing with,
Now wait.
A female outlet and a male plug.
Wait. Because there's a very decisive question that should be asked when trying to figure Brandon's equation out. When talking about a top and a bottom, what sexual position are you thinking of?
Cowgirl?
That's the problem. That's the problem.
Should I have said reversed cowgirl?
No.
Or are we talking about
no right answer
style
that is going to come out of your mouth there?
Yeah,
Brandon.
because of who's top and who's bottom wins?
Okay.
Doggy style.
No, God damn, you're okay, Brandon. Missionary. Okay.
Yeah. Missionary, which
top controls the situation. Bottom is there just receiving everything that's going on.
Okay, that's why it seems confusing, because whenever someone says top bottom, I picture cowgirl, and so I was like, wait, that never happens to me. So it's always I'm always the one doing the giving and stuff. I'd never get to sit there and just ragdoll it.
The reason that Brandon pictures cowgirl is because he is a pillow princess.
Look.
You want to see what? Hold on, I gotta show you my body pillow.
This does not help the situation. This so does not help the situation. I'm
a little curious. What is? Is it Goku?
There's a hole. There's absolutely a hole.
100% a hole.
What? No.
It's Goku with a hole.
It's.
He's got one of those inflatable sex
You guys
pillows.
know her. It's Joni.
Yeah, that's. I didn't need to go down at all. Okay. Now, wait, Tyler. In truth, what were you expecting?
I was expecting, some anime girl, but whatever.
No. Realistically, all it does
is... I was 100% joking about the
it just keeps me away from the cold wall. That's the only reason why I've got it.
See, I understand your logic, Brandon. However, and again, this is no judgment over on anyone that has a body pillow or is thinking about getting one or whatever have you. Like, however your sleeping habits, rituals, and whatnot, that is everyone's choice, and no one should be shamed for it. However, Brandon, we're specifically talking about you, and I know you. Okay, so
Okay. Before the pillow covers before were just solid colors, but I like to support the local cosplay artists here, and Joni was selling body pillows, so I bought one.
And I get that. Like I said, I've got no hate towards that, and honestly, it's a weird scenario that I've kind of found myself now of like, okay, I do want to support a lot of our cosplayer and content creator friends, but there's weird lines that I kind of have of just like, okay, if it's like, I don't ever really want to think about any of my friends in a sexual manner.
Okay.
I really don't.
That's why I bought the PG version.
Again, look, all right.
Okay. And I don't
even with it being the PG version, that is a little creepy.
Look, Brandon, I'll tell you right now, okay, of a lot of our cosplayer friends, there's a handful that have an OnlyFans, and they have a free OnlyFans, and I try to go and support them, so, like, I've subscribed to a few of the free ones. That also being said, I almost never open up my OnlyFans for the reason of like I don't want to see any of my friends naked. There's one friend specifically that I'm thinking of and referencing right now that they are an exceedingly attractive person.
So is this the same OnlyFans friend that has said, "Are you really friends if you haven't seen each other's butthole?"
I don't.
That lives in the second largest state.
Yes, I think we're thinking of the same person. And that is one where specifically, again, for like that reason with her, but then I've had other friends and whatnot that it's just like I never want to go and take that chance because on the off chance that I do see them again or interact with them over at a con or something like that, I know what my brain will do. Okay, I know absolutely what my brain will do, and I know what other areas of my body will do once my brain goes there, and that is an awkward conversation I do not need to have right now. So...
Yeah, it's hard to have a conversation with someone when you're pitching a tent.
Exactly. So it's one of those where I will go ahead.
If you've never pitched a tent in public while checking out at the grocery store, have you really?
Okay.
Okay, that's never actually happened to me.
Okay. Now that being said, Tyler, you talk about that situation. That has happened to me so often in my life. Okay, and I think we talked about a long time ago. Like, again, I used to be a very strong Jehovah's Witness and things like that, and part of that was a ministry work, and part of that ministry work is sometimes you would go and do that over inside the mornings, like at like 6-7 o'clock in the morning. All right, sometimes it was brutal. There is no weirder and more awkward boner than having I'm out here doing a ministry work. I've got the Bible in my hands and I'm pitching a tent. And like, especially when it is like, when it feels like it is fighting the suit pants to go and get out. Like, it's not just that it's there, it's trying to emerge. All right. And like,
do you have a moment to talk about our Lord and Savior?
I'm not gonna lie. There were so many moments of like sitting in the back, being a teenager, uncomfortable because I'm just sitting there like, I don't want to get out of this car. I do not want to get out. Hey, Steph, do you want to go and talk to that person over at the bus stop? No, I do not. I really don't. I really don't. Please don't make me. And then like going up to talk to them and having like my Bible on the inside thigh of just going like, okay, would you guys like a magazine? Okay, like, God help me if anyone ever said that they were interested, because then it went from like the normal no. And it's like, okay, cool. I can run back to the car. Okay. But if they were going like, oh yeah, sure, show me. It's like, this is gonna last a while. God damn it. And then it's like you're opening it up, trying to like show them with one hand. So it's like flipping a magazine and like, okay, and here you go. No, no, no. It's like, oh, there's that scripture and whatnot. Twice. I had someone sit there like while trying to go and do that. They're like, "Oh my god!" As I was a child, I used to go and be in whatever religion and whatnot, and that scripture. Can we just read it really quick? And I'm be sitting there like, I've got magazine in one hand, I've got Bible boner in the other one. Oh god, like silent prayers. All right, oh god.
Stephan silent prayer. Begone, Satan!
No, not even like it wasn't begone Satan. It was more like, why me?
You just give it a little smack with your Bible. Just whack.
I'm gonna look. Okay, there's certain times where like I've now that I've been sexually active and things like that, there's certain actions that I now know as like, oh, I should not have done this. Okay, and smacking a boner with the Bible was a very clear like, don't do that. Don't do that. Just don't do that. Okay, so
Stephan, tuck it into the waistband.
I can't do that. My shit bends down. All right. TMI for some people, it bends down. So like the whole like tucking it up thing, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't work. All right.
Yeah, and the reason why it bends,
then you have to hope that it's also under your tucked in shirt. So otherwise, it's just coming out to be like.
Yeah, okay, that's another thing. All right, there were okay, I'm sorry for anyone that really does not want to go and hear this, but welcome to Boner Talk. All right. The amount of times of like being like usually over in class or something like that, going to the bathroom and like during like in the middle of a class coming back and then all of a sudden popping that strange weird like it's after lunch boner, okay, that going on, and then me having to sit there and be like, why does something feel weird, why does something, and then having to like look down and realize that, oh, not only did I not zip up my fly, but my dick has gone through the boxers, at that time wearing boxers, it went through the boxers and it's just out, and it's just like, that's a problem. That is a problem. All right. So yeah, I've got stories.
You need one of those belts that go around your leg, and you can just strap it down there, like like you're carrying.
Like, okay,
oh yeah, the cock holster.
Yeah. You don't need a license to carry it.
I mean,
with some people, that could be considered, a concealed carry permit.
Yeah, we're in a concealed state.
Look, I'm not going to say that that's not a bad idea. What I will say is just I'm not willing to be that uncomfortable. All right, it'd be more.
Don't knock it till you try it.
It'd be more than comfortable sitting down in a seat. But like some sort of like strap to my leg while I'm standing up, that's just painful. I don't want that. I don't want any of that. That's
You want it?
No, I don't.
We'll duct tape it.
Okay, done that before. Don't do it. All right. Yeah, I was an idiot when I was younger. All right. Like there is stuff in my past that I look back at and be like, oh God. Oh, little baby boy, little Bible baby boy, you were not a smart person. Okay, it's, oh God, bad things, bad things.
Okay. Oh man,
you're welcome. Now y'all know exactly what it was like. Y'all know way more about me than you really wanted to, and also before this episode started, realizing that I had talked about a coworker that now listens to this podcast. That's going to be an interesting conversation next week.
Yeah. Hey, coworker, he loves cornbread.
Look,
Uh,
Don't you start. Don't you start.
as long as she doesn't ask about your boner, like if she comes into work and being like, "Yo, you popping a tent right now?" Like, then you should be concerned.
yeah, just say you have a banana in your pocket.
I'm not gonna say anything for fear of making whatever situation worse.
No,
I'm
and keep a
Brandon,
banana
shut
in
the
your pocket.
fuck
No,
up. Brandon,
keep,
shut the
because
fuck
in
up.
case you get called out, pull a banana out, and there you are.
But again, that's not gonna. Okay, that's not gonna. That's not a good look for a couple of different reasons. A banana would be very accurate. Okay. B, no black man wants to whip a banana out of their pocket, especially in a small town.
I saw Denzel Washington do it. He did on Remember the Titans. He gave it to a white dude.
There's a difference between having a banana and having it in your pocket.
It was in his pocket, and he pulled it out.
It's yeah.
Fuck it.
No, he didn't. He gave it to the white guy, so he wasn't so grumpy.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So, oh man, but yeah, it's a whole thing as far as like all of those times again. So when we were going back to the original, and fucking hell, that friend that we were just talking about,
Hi, friend.
I have to not have my Facebook on right now because they've got a story. So it was like sitting right there. I had that because of the cracked brain chat, and like
Wait.
I didn't watch the story.
So is the feeling mutual between
me and the friend?
Yeah, the coworker friend that has a.
No, the coworker friend is married.
Yeah, well,
he ain't touching that.
Well, that's what I'm asking.
This is also a coworker. I do not mess with
Don't
where
shit
I work.
where you eat.
I do not mess with where I work. Okay. Okay. Clarification. Now that I know her over at work, I do not mess with that. I had to go and do that clarification because technically Tiff and I did work together at one point, but we started going out before she got the job at the same place that I worked at. So there's that. But anyway, still now, not a bridge that I am dealing with right now. So yes.
Gotcha. There was a girl, like, she's way cute. So I take my car. It's off season, so I get all my service or my vehicles serviced.
Yeah, you do.
At the dealership, and they have a shuttle that takes me back. And one of the shuttle drivers is this cute girl. So yeah, do I flirt with her, get to know her? Because she's throughout the year she's always taking me and going and whatnot.
Brendan's trying to get himself serviced.
Well, like, and this one time she called me and saying that she was ready to pick me up, and I looked at the caller ID and it's like, "Hey, what's up, dude?" And it's like, "Oh," I was like, "Oh, this isn't." I was like, "Hey, what's up, Sebastian? I'm ready. How's everything going?" It's like, "Oh, this isn't Sebastian. This is your driver coming to pick you up." And I was like, "Huh, that's funny." When it said Sebastian when you pulled up, and Sebastian is the name of the service manager that I deal with.
Okay.
Doing the shuttles. So like his number picked up. It's like, "Oh no, I have the same, caller ID as him." I was like, "Oh, okay." And then I go to Sebastian's desk going to pay for the services. And I go look and there's a picture of him and his wife. And his wife was the driver. I was like, "Oh shit." I was like, good thing I didn't ask her out.
See, Brandon, I recognize that too because the new place I work, before working there, I used to have to go out over there to go and drop off like auto parts and stuff like that. And there was this like cute girl that worked over at one of the entrances. And I remember just one time, I went and kind of hit on her and whatnot. Not even really thinking. I was kind of having like a fuck it kind of day. Did that. Now, knowing that like I worked there, I've now worked with her. Thankfully, she does not remember it at all, which is good. But her sister also works over there. And I didn't realize it was her sister. So all of a sudden, I started talking about like, oh yeah, cute girl over here. Kind of hit on her a couple of times. Kind of thinking about that. Da, 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 da. And then all of a sudden, it's like, that's my sister. It's like, well, y'all look nothing alike at all. So I'm going to go and take my foot that is in my mouth right now and completely just start walking out the door. And it's, oh yeah. So I've been in similar situations of just like, yeah, kind of thinking I was going to, I was saying something, kind of being slick with it. And then all of a sudden it's like, you get that sharp realization of like, you know what? Why do I even just, this is not a good idea. This is not a good look.
Yeah, it was a little weird because, like we said, oh yeah, we just have like kind of the same number, and I was just thinking, oh, it's a work number, and then I saw they're married. It's like, oh, 2 lines under one name. That's why it says that.
Look,
and I was like, oh, okay.
At least it was just that, and it wasn't like someone trying to go and like trying to be real sneaky and all that kind of stuff. So, like,
oh yeah, it's just, and it wasn't like hardcore flirting. It was just kind of more, oh, you know what? We're in the car. She's cute. I'll just, playful banter. I'm not sitting there saying, "Oh, you're so gorgeous," and blah blah blah. It's just more, getting to know each other and
I'm
laughing
glad
and stuff.
I'm glad that you at least have enough wherewithal to kind of do that, because I have now seen some atrocious crash and burns from different people that are just like, were you thinking at all during any of this? Because the words you said, the actions you did, the way you came on, bit strong, bit too much.
Well, let's just talk about like, if you guys have watched the Wednesday Addams show on Netflix. There's 2 boys.
I enjoyed that show.
That was a great show. I've watched it twice. I gotta watch it again. But there's 2 guys who. Tyler, have you seen the show?
Nope.
Are you gonna see the show?
I mean, probably, but I don't care about spoilers.
It's not really spoilers, but, teenage drama. There's 2 guys who think Wednesday likes them, and they like her, so they think it's a triangle, and, realistically, they're just kind of overreacting with, like, oh, why are you choosing him? Blah, blah, blah. I thought we were a thing. And I was like, oh, man, was I that stupid when I was 16?
Yes, we all were.
I was like, yeah, I'm like, dang, man.
Okay, that also being said, realize that there are 3 guys that are going after Wednesday. There's just 2 main guys. And one of them, we already know that she's has more of a chance of being with.
Who's the third one?
Eugene.
Oh, yeah. I think he actually has it. I think he's going to be the winner.
Well,
he's playing the long game.
Yeah, but do you not remember Addams Family Values?
Yeah, I watched the first one.
Yeah, Eugene!
And I was going to watch
the second movie?
Yeah,
Eugene!
Come on.
That's okay. I was rewatching the first one because I was seeing, I wanted to go back to like, oh, these are our heroes, and I wanted to see if it was the same character that's in the Wednesday show as what Wednesday's hero was in the 90s movie, but it's not.
I mean, it's the same Wednesday actress as far
I know,
as...
no.
Yeah.
I mean, like it's when they have when the teacher's showing Morticia all the heroes.
Yeah.
And Wednesday's is like her great grandma.
Yeah, Goody,
blah blah blah.
Goody Addams.
That got burned, but in the 90s show it went by a different name.
Yeah. So it was a little bit different, but honestly, here's what I will say, and this isn't so much this isn't to any specific part of the show. Like, I was on the fence beforehand about the show when I'd started hearing about it. I'm all like, okay, a new Addams Family show, maybe it'll be kind of cool. And then when I found out that it only was focusing over on Wednesday, I had this deadpan idea of just like, what are you gonna do? Like, Wednesday isn't. I mean, she's kind of intriguing, but like not all that much. But the fact of the way that they're doing it, like the actual style of it, I sat there like, okay, this doesn't give anything away necessarily, Tyler, but it's like it's a mystery. So it's almost like you take you take any sort of like was it like Riverdale or or anything like that. It's that kind of thing. You've got a young a young person that's solving mysteries, solving crimes, and all that kind of stuff. I did not think that's where they were going to go with it, but they've done it in a very great way. The actress that I'm now blanking on her name was
Jenna Ortega.
Yeah, freaking fantastic. Okay,
Oh,
and
I loved her in Scream.
Here's a quick aside that now it now frightens the shit out of me. In a recent interview, she said that one of her favorite YouTube channels is Mashed.
Yeah, I saw you post that.
There is nothing weirder for me right now than realizing like, oh, a new actress that is like actually really cool, and I kind of like I like her style and whatnot. It's like, oh, she has absolutely heard me act multiple times, and I'm just sitting there going like, that's weird. Maybe I should try harder.
So it's kind of funny because she's shorter than Christina Ricci. Mm-hmm. And when I met Christina Ricci, I was like, damn, she's short.
She's short.
And so her being next to the big beauty from Game of Thrones, it's just like humongous difference. And Jenna's wearing platforms.
Yeah.
And I'm just like going, man, it's like, if I ever met Jenna, she's okay. So it looks like she's 5'1".
Yeah.
But I'm like she's short as can be.
Okay, I'm not. I really don't want to break this illusion so much for you, Brandon. But realize that you're taller than most of the actors that you can think of right now. I'm not joking. And even as someone that has met some of these actors, like not even just over at cons, but like has now been on like sets and stuff like that, and seen them like, oh, they're on a different movie over there and all that kind of stuff. Like, it's weird when you sit there and go like, I thought you were taller.
Okay. Yeah, well, like Michael Rosenbaum's taller than me. Jensen Ackles is taller than me.
Well, yeah,
there's tons.
Yeah, it's like I'm not saying that there's some that are not taller or whatnot, but like the first time I met Daniel Radcliffe, I was all like,
he's like 5'3",
yeah,
5'6".
I was he's 5'3". Like the dude is shorter than I am, and it was a shock to sit there and be like, hey, that's weird, because I'm almost never taller than anybody. Okay, so
you're over there eye level with him, and you're like, well, this is weird.
Yeah. It's like, and that happens so often, but then at the same time, like now knowing what goes on over on sets when like they'll put a pancake on, and okay, so a pancake is a small like wooden platform, and they'll put it over like, so that way usually like the male lead will stand on top of that, and thus it gives them like an extra 2 to 3 inches, over whoever. It's like,
hence, yeah, the Lord of the Rings effect or elf effect.
Mm-hmm. It is so doggone weird. It's like, okay, it makes sense of like, oh yeah, sure, that's how they do it. But now when you start like literally putting that information in terms with people and go like, oh, that's weird. I don't know how I feel about that. So it's weird. I know I've said weird like 9 times, but it's weird.
Weird.
Strange.
It is very it is very misgiving. I'll put it that way. We're not becoming a thesaurus podcast.
Yeah, those are 2 big words for me.
There we go.
But it was good. I got to watch Addams Family Values tomorrow. So
do it.
I'll do it.
Just make a day of it. Just watch Addams Family Values.
Yeah. I watched the new Dragon Age anime today. I binge watched it.
I was thinking about watching that, and I'll probably wind up watching it tomorrow. I've been binge watching Harry Potter over at work, and I only have the last movie tomorrow.
So the last half of the last book?
Yep. So, I was watching it, and it's just like, okay, like when you watch them sequentially, like back to back to back to back to back like that. I'm not gonna lie, there's some really great performances in there that just do not get nearly as much love as they should. So
Like
it's
what? You're a great wizard, Harry.
well, I mean, the main cast does great, but like Professor Trelawney, who I'm blanking out on the actress's name. She's the divination professor, you know, with the big old glasses and whatnot. Her scenes are solid, real doggone solid.
Now imagine
Filch,
if
like
yeah, I was gonna say, oh, Filch is good.
Filch, and that's one of those where a lot of people, you know, they never necessarily go and do that, but he's not an antagonist, he's not a protagonist, he's not even a secondary character, he's like a third range character, yet when he's in a scene, you like he has a presence and it's a strong one, and you know exactly how you feel about said thing. When there's times where he's not doing anything wrong, he's just doing his job, and he's doing his job well, and you realize that, oh, okay. And this is also a character that, again, when we're looking over at this, Dumbledore trusts him. He wouldn't have him on staff if he didn't trust him.
Yeah,
So
just because he's a squib, he doesn't mean he's not useless.
It's like he's got such he has such a role, but also a gravity to the performance he's doing, that I sat there more times sitting there watching that when it was like the Order of the Phoenix and whatnot, and I'm just watching him. I'm just like, you're not like it. You're not a bad guy, but you are an asshole. You know? It's just, oh god. I've really been enjoying it. So, and then I've also been watching John Wick. So,
ooh, John Wick.
That's just turn your brain off and have fun. All right.
I love me John Wick.
I hadn't, so I've only seen the first one twice. I've only been halfway through the second one. I have not seen the third one at all.
Third one's fun.
I now, like, I bought them all, but it's something where it's just like I'm 10 or so minutes into the second one right now, and I just forgot how it's just like this is really fun. This is a really fun show.
Pretty much like the whole first 3 movies are like in a series of 2 weeks about, I think.
Yeah, I mean that holds. I mean, going from the first movie to the second one is what, only like it's maybe 2 nights. I don't think it's supposed to be the same night that he finishes, but it feels like 2 nights, you know, because like the cases are still out, the floor is still smashed in, you know. It the second one almost picks up almost immediately,
like a day later.
It's like a day later. So I again, with looking at it through these kind of contexts, and also knowing that the fourth one is going to be coming out this next year, it's freaking awesome. So
yeah, I think I was kind of pissed off because they had in Deathmatch they had James Bond versus John Wick. And I didn't like the outcome. I thought it was cheap.
But I also wouldn't put the two of them together. John Wick is an assassin. James Bond is a spy.
Yeah, that's what they did for Death Battle.
I don't know how I like that. I don't know how I like that. Even not knowing the outcome, I don't know if I like that. You could do other, but then again, you know.
Well, who would you have go against John Wick as an assassin? Black Widow?
No. Yeah. I'd actually have to sit down and think about this.
Yeah, you're gonna be sitting in bed looking at the ceiling, and you're gonna scream out names.
Would it be I forget the character's name, but Liam Neeson in that one movie?
Ooh, Taken.
That would be a good one.
Yeah, Taken.
That would actually be a very good comparison.
The movie Liam Neeson did after The Second Taken, I think it's called Gray. Did you guys see that?
No.
Was it? If I remember right, I think I called that one like was it Wolf Punch or Bear Punch the movie?
Probably Wolf Punch. So just going on, I can't remember, what is it? Did he crash land or is he just hunting or something? I don't
can't remember.
But he's a expert marksman or something like that, and like these wolves are killing this village or these people or something. I think he crash lands. Yeah, he must have, because this is how he got it. And he's having a showdown with this wolf. And you know the little mini liquor bottles that are on airplanes? He breaks them and he tapes them to his knuckles to fight the wolf.
Well, also knowing that most of those are plastic now, that doesn't work. So there's that.
Well, this was, I think this was in Scandinavia.
Fuck it. Look, plastic is still cheaper when you go over to other countries too. All right.
City of Los Angeles just banned styrofoam.
That's not surprising. Again, being very close to there and all that kind of stuff, it's not surprising. And I'm not that mad about it. Now, we'll get onto that for a second, because I do have who I would put against John Wick.
Okay.
Denzel Washington from Equalizer.
I never saw Equalizer, so I don't know the character.
I'm going to tell you right now, like, okay, Denzel Washington is not nearly as, how would I put this? Like, he's not a martial artist. So you can already kind of throw most of that out the window. And it's a different style, but you can still tell, like, again, it's an assassin with purpose, with conviction, you know, with an iron will. It's really great and very formulaic. And you realize that he sets things up in advance in almost every situation without having to like actually go to the locations. Like he's just that much of a tactician. I would love to go and see that. Like that would actually be a really, really cool death battle. Not one that I'd expect them to ever think about, but still, that would be a really cool death battle. And I do not know who would win. I really don't.
It's called Equalizer?
Equalizer. Yeah, The Equalizer. With Denzel Washington. Okay. Freaking awesome. And I think there's 2 movies out. But yeah, like, so good. So doggone good.
Not on Netflix.
No, you might have to go and... It's probably going to be one that you got to pay for. I'm not going to lie.
Probably. I went to go look for something, and I like, oh, it's not free. I'm like, all right.
Yep. So, while Brandon is looking over at that, so something happened over inside the Crackbrain chat. It happened in association with the Crackbrain chat. I'm not sure if he had sent it out. Did you guys, did Caden text you or send you guys messages about creating a character for D&D?
Yeah, mine's all created.
Okay, I created mine too. Okay. I am so happy with my character.
He sent me that message, and it's at this horrible time right now where it's like, oh, I have no idea what I want to create. I have no idea.
I'm not gonna give away. I'm not gonna give anything away from my character. Like, again, we were kind of chatting like loosely about it, I think after last week's podcast and whatnot. But yeah, if you were kind of listening over to that, not the audience, but you guys, if you guys were listening to that, I basically kind of kept to that model. And I will tell you guys right now, knowing our group, I am back to Team Dad. I am absolutely back to Team Dad.
Are you gonna be the healer?
I am absolutely back to Team Dad. All right.
Please tell me there will be plenty of dad jokes.
There will be dad jokes. There will be so many moments that, knowing the chaos that's going to happen within the team, there's going to be so many times where I will be screaming and yelling like, "Don't fucking do that!"
Heal me.
No, because all I'm gonna do is heal you guys. I'm not gonna lie. Like, my combat I tried to make it where I can do combat, but like more things are going into me just surviving and trying to talk situations down.
Don't worry, I can heal myself.
You liar! Yeah,
No,
that's
I'm-
if you
I'm-
do it.
I'm being a soldier though, but like one of my things is called Second Wind. I can use a bonus action to regain health.
Okay, well since you said that you're a soldier, I picked paladin. So yeah.
Be gone, Satan!
Yeah. I was just like, I am a lawful neutral paladin, which
I did go for chaotic neutral.
I kind of figured most people were gonna go and stay somewhere close to there, but also like it goes with my rate, like the race that I chose to be neutral. So that's why I was like, okay, being a lawful neutral with also being a paladin is gonna be a fun, like it's gonna be really fun. So
Yeah, I was gonna say my history makes my guy chaotic neutral. Otherwise, he would have been, yes sir, no sir,
gotcha.
Military brat. But his backstory makes him chaotic.
Yeah, it's gonna be really fun, and I can see some gigantic issues that are definitely going to come into play. Like there's a scenario that I'm going to tell you right now. If the DM Caden decides to go and really expound over on this world, there's a few situations I'm going to be absolutely fucked in. But then there's other ones where I'm like, you know what, my character is perfect for this situation. Like 90% of situations, I'll be like, I can do something, I'm good. But there's one scenario that I'm like, shit, I can't do anything here.
Yeah. Are we doing this online or are we doing this in person?
I mean, it's all online. So I would assume that we're going to be doing. I mean, we could go and do this in person. I think it would be somewhat difficult unless people either had tablets or laptops. So it would need to be that.
I would have my laptop there.
Yeah. So we could go and do it that way, which is totally fine. But I already know one of the reasons why Caden did this way is because if we did want to do it online, we could actually record it this way and then be able to do it as extra content, which I'm completely fine with doing. It's like, okay, we could go and do audio, it could be video where you're catching all of us and all that kind of stuff from here. It's totally doable, and I know it could work. It would just be it would just be another thing to do, another step. The biggest thing with us is just making sure that some of us are already in campaigns. We got to make sure that it makes sense to go and do it, which is why I was kind of like, hey, have it where we could do it online if need be, so that way whoever wants to go and join can actually do it at the comfort of their home rather than us trying to figure out, hey, we need to figure out gas situations, we got to figure out cars, we got to figure everything out. So
we can call it Crack Dungeon.
That's a good one. That's actually
I was actually hoping that would be a dumb name.
That's not bad. That's
Crack
not
Dungeon.
bad.
Oh, hold up.
So
I mean, I am a fan of alliteration. And going back to our thesaurus conversation, I would say we can go and call it Damaged Dungeon.
That works too, damn it.
Just got a Amber Alert.
Yeah, so did I.
Wait, you got the same one all the way down there?
We get them all, man.
Yeah, it doesn't say where it was.
I think it's a state thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
Unified
it's issued.
Police Department, great. So, like, well, yeah.
Yeah, so they issue it to, like, area code numbers rather than to,
yeah,
by the city.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to being able to go and do it. I mean, I haven't really played D&D since high school, so for me, it's gonna be trying to go and get back into the swing of it. And it feels so weird with doing this. Like, okay, rather than having like a character sheet, sitting right in front of me and all that kind of stuff, it's like, oh, this is something online, and it's already gonna it has everything there. It's got all my modifiers. It's got,
I love that.
it's like, oh my god, if I would have been playing like this when I was 16 and 17, it'd be so much more fun. But at the same time, I probably wouldn't have passed nearly as much math as I did.
Okay, Stephan, what is your lowest attribute?
Lowest attribute is strength. So,
because paladins don't need strength.
Well, it was. I specifically made I didn't care so much about my strength, but my race already has a +2 on strength as well, and then the class also puts a +1 on it. So I think I've got 11 on strength total.
And that's your lowest.
That's my lowest.
Did you roll, or you just put things in?
I just put things in.
Oh, you cheated.
I was gonna say, did he specify the method?
He just said so.
I rolled mine, so it was fair.
To me, it was one of those where I was just like, okay, I didn't have a whole lot of time to be able to go and do it where I was, so I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna go and use little drop downs for theirs. So, and it did it like 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15.
You did the standard array.
Yeah. I didn't really care to go and try to go too difficult with it, because honestly, I wanted, like, knowing that this is my kind of like coming back to it, I didn't want to sit there and start overthinking everything just in case if this edition is so far different than what I dealt with almost 20 years ago. So
it's a different one.
Yeah, so for me, I'm sitting there like, you know what? I want to
wait. Well, now I have to know, because you mentioned having to do math. Did you play 2nd edition?
What up?
Bird, AD&D. Take me back to that Thaco. Yes!
It was fun because friends were there, not because the game was fun. The game was broken. It was so broken.
And you don't think our campaign's going to be broken?
It's different. No, what I mean, there's a difference between the campaign is broken and the game was broken. The amount of times where just the leveling would not work. The hit point structure was completely off.
Oh.
Okay, 2nd edition was rough. All right. When by the time
what are you talking about? Wizards having 1d4 hit points?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It was horrendous. So it's one of those where I remember when friends were sitting there telling me about 3rd edition, and that was before I was getting into back into a bunch of geeky stuff, and they're all like, "Oh my god, this is great, this is fantastic." And I'm just like, "Huh?" I mean, sure. I don't know. Like, it just wasn't hitting my radar. And now that I'm coming back, I'm just like, you know what? I want to experience this almost like if I'm coming in fresh, if I'm coming in new. Okay. And granted, my race is a legacy race. All right. It is an old race. And it is one where as soon as I saw it over on the drop downs, I was like, that's it. That's what I'm doing. If
you chose the eagle.
It is, as soon as I saw it, I'm like, you're mine. You are so mine.
Yeah, I was looking at them. I'm like, none of these really fit the backstory, because a lot of them were like isolationists.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, let's go with this. So,
but and that's one that honestly, it can fit isolationist if you do it really, really well, and whatnot. Because like my backstory is, so I'm a survivalist.
I'm a survivor.
So it's like as much as I grew up away from the big towns, big cities, and things like that. And the clan that I was in was a small clan, but even I was on the fringe of that clan. So, like, of my languages, I know I speak the main language. I speak Common. I can't remember what other third language my race also speaks naturally. And then I also made sure I was like, you know what? Fuck it. My guy also speaks Infernal. Because why not? Because why the hell not? All right. It's like if he's going to grow up over on the fringe somewhere, I want it to be that rather than being like, I mean, I figure someone's going to speak Elvish. Someone might pick Dwarvish. But
Look, know thy enemy, okay? You gotta pick Infernal.
Exactly, and that's my thing. It was either going to be Infernal or I was going to do what was it? Deep something?
Deep South.
Undercommon? Deep Speech?
I can't remember. But it to me it rung of like oceanic kind of like under the sea kind of stuff.
Under the sea.
And I was like, it would be really, really great, but there's no reason that a bird, like any sort of birdman, would know something like that. However, Infernal could, depending on the location. Again, these are creatures that only need to come, like, they fly 99% of their life. They only need to come down basically during their, like, mating rituals and other things like that. So like my guy he's got a walking speed of 25 but a flying speed of 60. So, and it's like he can literally just stay in flight the entire campaign if he wanted to.
But what
awesome.
What if it's low ceiling?
I mean, there is no what was I thinking?
Ceiling.
Well, I mean, basically, like,
height
like
you hover.
It's like there is no height requirement. So it's one of those. I think as long as it's 3 times as tall as he is, he's fine. And my guy's only like what 4'8", 4'6", something like that. He's small. He's a small guy. Okay, so and he's 10 years old.
I'm 10 years old.
10 human years old.
10 human years.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because your guys like
they don't
they
live
die
long.
like
once
like
he gets
30 years.
to like 30, he's gonna like.
Yep.
He won't be flying anymore.
So I figured like 10 was going to be like a nice age right there, and they matured by 3. So I was like 10, we're good. So like I said, I'm looking forward to this so much. I haven't played D&D in so long. Our group is insane, so why the fuck not? I'm looking forward to it. So yeah.
Hell yeah.
There we go. Well, with that, I figured that's a pretty good spot to be able to go and end up. Thank you guys for joining us over on this episode.
Thank you.
Why was that so deep in the microphone?
I don't know.
Okay.
Hello.
You're special. So yeah, there's that. Feel like I said, we'll be getting back in the realm of making these a little more regular, but we'll see. Any last comments for you guys?
Nope. I think
don't
I'm good.
be an oinker.
Listen to Kawaii Cast. How about when it's back?
Funny thing about that, I forgot to upload the episode.
Okay.
It's gonna release. I mean, before this episode is released. But
yeah.
I'm hoping to get it done maybe tonight.
There you go.
Because I forgot.
Tyler, I've been there so many times. So yeah, stop shaking your head, dude. All right, you don't have to worry about editing anything anymore. So you paid your dues, but you're done.
I bet Crack Dungeon I'll have to edit, and
I mean that's if
I could do it pretty quickly.
That's if we did it as content, and if we did it over here on this platform, dude, it'd be so freaking easy. You wouldn't even have to worry about it. So
I could do it.
Yeah, we will get to that later. So again, guys, thank you guys for watching this episode, listening to this episode. We'll be back next time, and until then, we will talk to you guys later.
Don't bring an oinker.
Later.